Hello, my dear students. A very warm welcome to all of you in Shri Jain Rank Zone. I am your friend and mentor for the subject Business Economics. In this lecture, we'll continue with Chapter 2, that is Theory of Demand and Supply, and we'll continue with the MCQ part. So let us begin. This is lecture number 10. Question number 61 in MCQ. The price of tomatoes increase and people buy tomato puree. You infer that tomato puree and tomatoes are A. Normal goods, B. Complements, that is complementary good, C. Substitute goods, and D. Inferior goods. The price of tomato increases and people buy tomato puree. So over here, the tomatoes and tomato puree acts as a substitute because instead of tomatoes, people are shifting to tomato puree. I think you understood. Let us switch to question number 62 now. Chicken and fish are substitutes. If the price of chicken increases, the demand for fish will A. Increase or decrease, but the demand curve for chicken will not change. B. Increase and the demand curve of fish will shift rightward. C. Not change, but there will be a movement along the demand curve for fish. Or D. Decrease and the demand curve for fish will shift leftwards. So as you can see it over here, chicken and fish are substitutes. If the price of chicken increases, the demand for fish will increase and the demand curve of fish will shift rightwards. The demand curve, the whole curve will shift rightward. Why? Because over here there is no change in the price of fish. No change in the price of fish. The price of chicken has gone up. So this is known as shift in the demand curve. Here is the diagram, the graph. The price remains constant, but the demand curve shift rightward. I believe you understood. Let us go to the next question now. 63. Potato chips and popcorn are substitutes. Okay. A rise in the price of potato chips will dash the demand for popcorn and the quantity of popcorn will dash. So chips will increase to the demand of popcorn and quantity of popcorn will increase. B. Increase, decrease. C. Decrease and decrease. Or D. Decrease and increase. So over here, as you can see, that it would be A. Why? Because potato chips and popcorns are substitutes. Very well. So a rise in the price of potato chips will increase the demand for popcorn and the quantity of popcorn will increase, obviously. 64. If the price of orange juice increases, the demand for apple juice will A. Increase, B. Decrease, C. Remains the same, or D. Become negative. Obviously it will increase, that is A. Why? Because the price of orange juice is increasing, so demand for apple juice will increase. They are substitutes. They are substitute goods or substitutes. Next question, 65. An increase in the demand for computer, other things remaining same, will A. Increase the number of computers bought, decrease the price but increase in the number of computers bought, increase the price of computers, increase the price and number of computers bought. 65. So as you can see, it would be D, increase in the price and number of computers bought. Just relate to the question, increase in the demand of computer, the demand is going up, but other things remaining same. That means what? The supply is same. So there would be an increase in the price and the number of computers bought because demand is more, supply is constant, other things is constant. So the price will shoot up. I think it is okay. Let's see 66th one. When total demand of the commodity whose price has fallen increases, it is due to what? A. Income effect. B. Substitution effect. C. Complementary effect. Or D. Price effect. It would be D. Price effect. Why? Because the demand for the commodity whose price has fallen, it is due to the price. The price must have gone up, and that is why the demand has fallen. Okay? Next question, 67th. With a fall in the price of a commodity, A. Consumers' real income increases. B. Consumer real income decreases. C. There is no change in the real income of the consumer. None of the above. D. None of the above. With the fall in the price of a commodity. So the price is falling. That means what? Suppose the price of the product is 100 and quantity demanded is 10. Now, if the price falls to 70, the total expenditure is 1000. Price falls to 70, what will happen? Price falls to 70, in that case what will happen? Consumers' real income increases. How come? Because there is a fall in the price. So supposingly the consumer is buying the same quantity. Total 700 is the expenditure. Over here, the consumer saves 300. So with this 300, he can buy any other product. Any other product. Or he can do savings. So we can say that consumer real income increases. So he can enjoy more products with the same income. 68. With an increase in the price of a diamond, the quantity demanded also increases. This is because it is a substitute goods, complementary goods, conspicuous goods, none of the above. With an increase in the price of a diamond, quantity demanded also increases. Diamond quantity demanded also increases. Students, you know that diamond is article of distinction and law of demand do not apply. So it will come under exception. Exceptions to law of demand. I think you are clear. Now you read this question. Is it a substitute, complementary, conspicuous good, or none of the above? Conspicuous good, snob good. 69th. An example of a good that exhibits direct price demand relationship is direct price and demand relationship. Giffen good, complementary good, substitute good, none of the above. It is Giffen good. An example of a good that exhibit direct price demand relationship. So there is a direct price and demand relationship in Giffen goods. There are other relationship in substitute goods. Complementary is also. The answer is A. Giffen goods. Inferior goods. 70. In economics, when demand of a commodity increases with a fall in its price, it is known as contraction of demand, expansion of demand, no change in demand, none of the above. Demand of a commodity increases with a fall in the price. Price has fallen. This is known as expansion of demand. See this graph? We have plotted price on the y-axis, quantity on x-axis. Demand of a commodity increases with fall in its price. The price is 10, demand is 100. Price is 5, so demand would be 150. This is expansion of demand. Clear? 71. In the quantity supplied of a good or service is the amount that is actually bought during a given period of time at a given price. Producers wish they could sell at a higher price. Producers plan to sell during a given time period at a given price, or people are willing to buy during a given time period at a given price. The quantity supplied of a good or service is the amount that producers plan to sell during a given time period at a given price. This is quantity supplied. Okay? 72. Supply is a limited resource that is available with the seller. Cost of producing a product. Entire relationship between the quantity supplied and the price of a good, or willingness to produce a good if the technology to produce it becomes available. So it's an entire relationship between quantity supplied and price of a good. Supply is a entire relationship between quantity supplied and price of a good. 73. In the book market, the supply of books will decrease if any of the following occurs, except a decrease in the number of book publishers, a decrease in the price of a book, and increase in the future expected price of a book, an increase in the price of paper used. A decrease in the price of a book. The supply of a book will decrease if the price of the book will decrease, because there will be a shortfall of profit. Law of supply. '74. If the price of computer increases by 10%, the supply increases by 25%. If the price of computer increases by 10%, supply increases by 25%. The elasticity of supply is calculated. So it would be 25% divided by 10% equals to 2.5. Answer is A. 74A. Answer is 74A. Let's continue. An increase in the number of sellers of bike will increase the price of the bike. The seller has increased. Supply has increased. That means price of a bike, demand of bike, Supply of bike, demand for helmet. Increase in the number of suppliers will increase the supply of bike. 75C. I believe you are clear. It is very simple. 76th. Let us move to 76th. If the supply of bottled water decreases, other things remaining the same, the equilibrium price dash and the equilibrium quantity dash. 76th one. If the supply of bottled water decreases, other things remaining the same, the equilibrium price dash and the equilibrium quantity dash. Let's see the options. Increase, decrease, decrease, increase, decrease, decrease, increase, increase. It would be increase and decrease. Increase and decrease. Now read this. If the supply of bottled water decreases, supply has come down. Other factors remaining the same, the equilibrium price increases and the equilibrium quantity decreases. The supply has gone down, so quantity supplied has come down. That is why the price will shoot up, because demand is same. Demand is 100. Supply was 100 earlier, but now the supply is 80. So the price will shoot up because demand and supply is not in equilibrium. Not in equilibrium. I believe you understood. Next, a increase in the demand for cameras, other things remaining the same, will A. Increase the number of cameras bought, decrease the price, but increase the number of cameras bought, increase the price of cameras, decrease the price, and decrease in the number of cameras bought. It would be decrease the price and decrease in the number of cameras bought. A decrease in the demand of cameras will decrease the price and decrease the cameras bought. I think everyone's clear. Let's see 78. Question number 78. If good growing condition increases and the supply of strawberries and hot weather increases, the demand of strawberries, the quantity of strawberries bought, A. increases and the price might rise, fall or not change. B. does not change but the price rises. C. does not change but the price falls. D. increases and the price rises. It would be A. increases and the price might rise, fall or not change. Anything can happen. The next, 79th. Comfort lies between inferior goods and necessaries, luxuries and inferior goods, necessities, necessaries and luxuries. D. none of the above. Comfort lies between necessaries and luxuries. Necessaries, comforts and luxuries. 80th. In a very short period, the supply can be changed, cannot be changed, can be increased, none of the above. It could be cannot be changed. Supply cannot be changed in a very short period. In a very short period. Okay, let us continue. Let us continue. 81. When supply curve moves to the left, it means smaller supply at a given price, larger supply at a given price, constant supply at a lower price, D, none of the above. It means A, smaller supply at a given price. Smaller supply at a given price. Just see it over here. The supply is decreasing. 82. When supply curve moves to the right, it means what? Supply increases, supply decreases, supply remains constant, D, none of the above. It is supply increases, moves to the right. Moves to the right, supply increases. 83. The elasticity of supply is defined as the A. Responsiveness of the quantity supplied of a good to a change in its price. B. Responsiveness of the quantity supplied of a good without change in its price. C. Responsiveness of the quantity supplied of a good to the change in its price. D. Responsiveness of quantity supplied of a good without change in the price. It would be A. Responsiveness of the quantity supplied of a good to the change in price. Elasticity of supply. 84. Elasticity of supply is measured by dividing the percentage change in quantity supplied of a good by what? Percentage change in income, percentage change in quantity of demanded of goods, percentage change in price, percentage change in taste and preferences. It is percentage change in price. Price elasticity of supply, percentage change in price. Let's see the next one. Elasticity of supply is zero means A. Perfectly inelastic supply, B. Perfectly elastic supply, C. Imperfectly elastic supply, or D. None of the above. It is A. Perfectly inelastic supply because it is zero. Inelastic but perfectly inelastic. Okay. 86th. Elasticity of supply is greater than 1 when proportion change in quantity supplied is more than proportion change in price. B. Proportionate change in the price is greater than the proportionate change in quantity supplied. C. Change in price and quantity supplied is equal. Or D. None of the above. It would be A. Proportionate change in quantity supplied is more than the proportionate change in price. And this is known as elasticity of supply greater than 1, more than 1. I believe you understood. Let us see the next one. Let us see the next one. 87. If the quantity supplied is exactly equal to or relative change in the price, then elasticity of supply is A. Less than 1, B. Greater than 1, C. 1, D. None of the above. If the quantity supply is exactly equal to, it would be 1. It would be 1. So the answer is C. Come to 88. The price of a commodity decreases from 6 rupees to 7 rupees. This is P1, this is P2. Then quantity demanded of a good increases from quantity demanded 10 units to 15 units. Find the coefficient of price elasticity of supply. Use point elasticity method over here. As you can see it over here, The formula is P by Q multiplied by delta Q by delta P. So it would be 6P1 10, that is quantity, multiplied by change in quantity 10 to 15. So 5 upon 6 to 4 minus 2. Solve it, you'll get 1.5 minus. So the answer is C. Understood? Let us see 89th one. The supply function is given as Q equal to minus 100 plus 10p. Find elasticity using the point method when the price is 15. A 4, B minus 3, C minus 5, D 3. Students, as you can see, this question number 89, it is solved over here. Just see it well. The supply fraction is given Q equal to minus 100 plus 10p. Find the price elasticity when the price is 15. So delta Q divided by delta P multiplied by P by Q. Since delta Q by delta P equal to 10, the price is 15. Delta Q by delta P is 10, it is over here. The price is 15. Q equal to minus 100 plus 10, price is 15. You put it in this equation, what you will get? Elasticity of supply equal to 10 multiplied by 15 by 100. This 15 by 50, sorry, that is quantity is 50. Elasticity of supply is 3. Elasticity of supply is 3. Try to understand it well. It is given on page number 2.79. Page number 2.79. D. Elasticity of the supply function is given. Elasticity using point elasticity method. It is D. 3. Let's do the 90th. The figure below shows the budget constant of a consumer with an income of 900 rupees to spend on two commodities, namely ice cream and chocolates. Just see this figure. The quantity of chocolates 90, quantity of cups of ice cream 45. The price of these two commodities respectively are A 10 and 20. Two commodities, namely ice cream and chocolate. So 10 is for ice cream and 20 is for chocolate. 20 and 10, 10 and 5, any of the above. Any of the above. Over here it is B. Why? Because 20 rupees multiplied by 45. So 45 into 20 could be 900, or 90 into 10 equals to 900, and we have budget constant of 900. Getting it? 91. Which of the following statements about price elasticity of demand is correct? Price elasticity of demand is a measure of how much the quantity demanded of a good responds to change in the price of a good. A. B. Price elasticity of demand is computed as a Percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in its price. C. Price elasticity of demand in the long run would be different from in the short run. Okay. D. All of the above. All the statements are correct. So D. All of the above. Let's see 92. The aim of a consumer in allocating his income is to dash. Maximize his total utility, maximize his marginal utility, to buy the goods he wants most the price, wants most whatever the price. D. To buy the goods which he expects to be short in supply. It would be maximization of total utility. First option A. 93. At higher prices, people demand more of a certain good, not for their worth, but for their prestige value. This is called what? This is called what? Veblen effect, Giffen paradox, speculative effect, none of the above. Veblen effect or snob effect. Prestige value. The law of supply do not apply over here, or law of, you can say law of demand. It's exceptions to law of demand. 94. If the price of an air conditioner increases from 30,000 to 30,010, a minor increase, and the resultant change in demand is negligible, we use the measure of dash to measure elasticity. Point elasticity, perfect elasticity, perfect inelasticity, price elasticity. If the price of air conditioner increases from 30,000 to 30,010 rupees, the resultant change in demand is negligible. We can use the measure of point elasticity. This change is a very minor to measure elasticity. It perfect elasticity won't be a proper example. Imperfect elasticity will not work. Even price elasticity as a whole will not work. So point elasticity. So we can calculate the elasticity of demand at that particular point. It is possible. 95. If the percentage change in price is less than the percentage change, if the percentage change in supply is less than the percentage change in price, this is called A. Unit elasticity of demand, B. Perfectly elastic, C. More elastic supply, or D. Inelastic supply. It is D. Inelastic supply, because if the percentage change in supply is less than the percentage change in price, it's less, so inelastic supply. 96. The supply curve shift to the right because of A. Technology improvement, B. Increased price of factor of production, C. Increased excise duty, or D. All of the above. It would be A. Improvement in technology, it shift to the right. Why? Because the cost of production will become low. Savings of cost, savings in cost, more margin. So the supplier will supply more units. 96 is done. Let's go to 97. Which of the following statement is correct? When the price falls, the quantity demanded falls. A. B. Seasonal changes do not affect the supply of a commodity. C. Taxes and subsidies do not influence the supply of a commodity. Or D. With lower cost, it is profitable to supply more of the commodity. It would be D. With lower cost, it is profitable to supply more of the commodity. This statement is absolutely correct. 98. If the demand is more than supply, then pressure on price will be A. Upward pressure, B. Downward pressure, C. Constant pressure, or D. None of the above. It would be A. Upward pressure. The demand is more than supply. So for the price it would be upward pressure. 99. The supply curve for perishable commodities is A. Elastic, B. Inelastic, C. Perfectly elastic, or D. Perfectly inelastic. Supply is a dash concept. Sorry, 99. We are doing 99. The supply curve of perishable commodities is elastic, inelastic, perfectly inelastic. It would be perfectly inelastic. Because they generally don't change. Continue. 100. Supply is a dash concept. Stock concept A. B. Flow concept as well as stock concept. C. Flow concept. D. None of the above. It is a flow concept. It is a flow concept. Supply. Supply is changing continuously. Either the change could be upward or the change could be downward. Okay, let's continue. 101. The cross elasticity between rye bread and whole wheat bread is expected to be cross elasticity between rye bread and whole wheat bread is expected to be A. Positive, B. Negative, C. 0, D. Can't say. It is A. The cross elasticity is positive. The cross elasticity is positive. 102. In a diagram given below, the shaded portion represents, it's very simple. A. Price above, which is there no demand of the commodity, monopoly price of the commodity, consumer surplus. D. None of the above. D. None of the above. Obviously, this is what? Consumer surplus. We have already done this in concepts. Consumer surplus. 103. The income elasticity of tomatoes is 0.25. It means tomatoes are A. Inferior goods, B. Luxury goods, C. Normal goods, or D. Can't say. Income elasticity of tomato is 0.25. It means tomatoes are normal goods because it is elastic. 104. The cross elasticity between personal computers and softwares is A. Positive, B. Negative, C. 0, D. 1. It is negative. Why? Because the cross elasticity between the personal computer and software is negative. 105. Cross elasticity between bread and DVD. Bread and DVD. Positive, negative, 0, or 1. It is 0. No relation. 106. Which of the following statements is correct? A. With the help of statistical tool, the demand can be forecasted accurately. B. The more of number of substitutes of a commodity, more elastic is the demand. C. Demand for butter is perfectly elastic. D. Gold jewelry will have negative income elasticity. It is B. The more of a number of substitutes of a commodity, more elastic demand. This is correct. 107. Suppose the income elasticity of education in a private school in India is 1.6. Okay. What does it indicate? More than one. What does it indicates? Private school education is luxury. Private school education is a necessity. Private school education is an inferior commodity. We should have more private schools. It shows it's a luxury. Private school education is a luxury. More than one. 108. Suppose potatoes have minus 0.4 income elasticity. We will say from the data given below, potatoes are inferior goods, potatoes are superior goods, potatoes are necessities. There is a need to increase the income of consumers so that they can purchase the potatoes. A. Potatoes are inferior goods because inelastic, less than 1. Okay. So students, we have completed this chapter today, chapter 2, that is theory of demand and supply. We had also seen all the MCQs. We had practiced it well. We had seen all the concepts well in unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. And now onwards we will shift to chapter 3 now. Thank you.